Here, we've got much more to discuss. Here with more reaction to former President Donald Trump's remarks is Terry Haynes, Pangea Policy founder. Terry, the old saying, I believe, goes, history doesn't always repeat itself, but it may rhyme. In this case, it's kind of repeating itself just a little bit. There are traces of what we've heard from Trump before from that same location in 2016, now again here in 2024, with the added wrinkle or hiccup of now a 34-count felony conviction that is set to be appealed. I want to get your take on everything as it's continuing to play out in front of our eyes.
Well, two things, and thanks for having me on. Two things. One is that, sure, a lot of this is about the politics of grievance, but it shouldn't be missed that interwoven with a lot of that was the idea that they're trying to, that the powers that be, the entrenched, the elites, are trying to stop Trump because they don't want action on the border. They don't want to make the economy better. This is part of what the, coming to take your cars and letting the Chinese EVs in is about. He even mentioned taxes. He also talked about the New York, being with businesses leaving and crime up, that sort of thing. So, all those issues are what, his core and other people are going to hear. And so this is all interwoven for good or ill, and well done or not well done. Second thing is, for markets, I think it needs to be understood that the conviction, I think, is a small net negative for Trump's election chances. I've been non-consensus in saying that in November, I think Biden's going to squeak through to a win. I think that just became a little bit more likely today. Trump is in a situation now where he needs to unify the Republican Party. He needs to get a majority of independents in order to win. That's how he won in 2016. That's how he lost in 2020, is the inability to do that. So far, the Republican Party is still split, evidenced by primaries with 20 to 40% for Haley when she was a candidate, even 15% in Pennsylvania recently when she wasn't. So you've got a split there, and you've got independents that Trump's underwater with those independents. So, that's a serious problem. And he's going to have to take much more drastic action to try to unify the party, and this makes that harder too, because you've got enough voters in swing states who are saying, well, you know what, this polled so far anyway, that this makes it a little less likely that I would support Trump in November, that he's going to have to do something to get over that. Now, as was pointed out a minute ago, there are plenty of opportunities to try to do that. There are plenty more bumps in the road between the debate, the sentencing, the Republican National Convention, all the rest. And finally, let's not forget that President Biden's going to have his own legal troubles too, in the persona of his son, who is going to have two trials this summer and fall. First is about to start. Second one, I think, is in September. So, there's going to be an awful lot of ability for both sides to sling mud, and both sides, frankly, to try to attack the other while pumping up their bases at the same time. So this isn't just kind of a one and done for Trump.
Terry, if you were advising President Biden how to handle this, the Trump conviction, what would you tell him? Would you say basically just stay quiet and let Trump ramble the way he's doing there? Would you say, no, get out there and troll Trump on this, play dirty the way he plays dirty, or something different?
Well, Biden's doing two things that I think are both politically necessary. One, for pumping up the base purposes and for fundraising purposes. He is starting to repeat, and will continue to repeat for the next 5 months, the phrase convicted felon as much as possible. And at the same time, what he's doing is suggesting that, they've already done this in public statements, for example, saying that, the ultimate test here, the ultimate jury for Trump, if you will, is going to be the November election. They've judged they need both of those messages and to move forward. And people will selectively hear one or the other based on whether they're involved in fundraising, whether they're part of the base, or whether or not they're an independent voter that Biden's trying to appeal to. One reason I have Biden as a little more likely to win than Trump is because I think that I think the message discipline that Biden will have will be superior, even though the message isn't great in a lot of ways, including inflation and prices, border, for example. But the message discipline will be superior, I think, and also I think the get out the vote effort will be superior. And in states where Biden is essentially neck and neck with Trump, which is all of the swing states effectively, they're going to need that superior discipline to win. They learned from the Clinton campaign, which didn't have that discipline, and showed that they had it in 2020. I think they have it again this year.
Terry Haynes, Pangea Policy founder. Terry, thanks so much for standing by and hopping on with us here on Yahoo Finance. Appreciate it.